prayer. Dear Lord in heaven, thank you so much for giving us another wonderful day. Lord, while we continue to pray for more rain, we're truly grateful for what you've blessed us with. Lord, please be with this council and guide us in all that we may say and do here this afternoon. In your name we pray. Amen. First item on the agenda is to approve the regular meeting minutes from last month. Any corrections to those?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Stephanie makes a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
Michael seconds. All four? All opposed? The minutes are approved. The next item on the agenda is appointment of Dr. Passman to fill the seat vacated by George Giles. Dr. Passman, you want to come up here and I'll give you the oath of office? In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I state your name.
State your name.
I like that.
Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of the council member
The office of council member
for the city of Aspermont of the state of Texas,
of the city of Aspermont, state of Texas,
and will to the best
of
my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States and of this state.
of the United States and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
The key. Just get you to fill in your name right there, and then sign down below.
What have you been painting? What have you
Painting.
been painting?
I don't have any clue. What have we been painting?
I don't know.
Where's that?
That was when you said
Oh,
that.
okay.
He is gone this afternoon. I gave him that.
Okay. Do you know what it's painting?
Painting?
Thank you.
She's got receipts for paint.
Paint. Rollers, paint.
It might have to do with, they're having to build a building to surround the chlorinator at one of the pumps over there, and I don't know if that has something to do with that or not. But I don't know.
Are all of those?
Most of them. A lot of them are. And oil filters and stuff like that. And oil. And goat-lined work gloves. $16.89 a pop.
It hasn't been that cold.
That oil and stuff, if they could, it's a lot cheaper down there at Lowell's than it is over here, and he don't get the discount that Lowell gets on.
Rubber
There's
gloves.
a significant difference in it.
Really?
I mean, we're looking at $894 worth of stuff.
All right. Next
There's some magazines there that are made out to George, but you get them now.
the next item on the agenda is to discuss the city election. In your packet, you should have a copy of the certification of unopposed candidates. We had 3 positions open on the ballot, and we only had 3 people filed, so the state will allow us to cancel the election. Tammy has filed the, have you actually signed the certificate?
No.
Okay.
Mine was 16. Yeah, never mind. I'll sign this one and you'll sign the next one.
Okay. next part is to actually order the cancellation. You should have a copy of that. I made one change in the first paragraph, second sentence. The following candidates have been certified instead of certifies. So, we made that one small change, but otherwise it should be the same. So we'll just need a motion to order the cancellation of the election for May 11th.
I'll make a motion.
Still makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Stephanie seconds, all for. All opposed? Election is hereby canceled.
I think this is the second time since I've been here, it's starting my 16th year that we've gone in an election.
There's
Wow.
not one anywhere, is
They said the school board canceled theirs too.
yeah,
Did
Yeah,
they?
so did the hospital.
yeah.
And y'all didn't have to appoint somebody, aren't you? Because y'all had more.
We didn't have anybody sign up, yeah,
And y'all just have how many spots?
one,
One.
Debbie.
All right, the next item is accounts payable.
I mean, I'd make the motion, I'd like to have asked Sonia some questions on that,
Okay.
because, I mean, it's just a,
He'll be back tomorrow.
you know, I mean, but I mean, we gotta pay the bills, but that's a lot of just, stuff right there, I mean, some stuff I think, you may not have had to have, but then I might be wrong, I just have to ask Sonia.
Sure.
Did we have a welder before and go out or what? I mean,
A what?
a welder,
A welder?
see what they purchased.
That is a generator. We're required to have a generator for a lift station, and the one that was there did not meet TCEQ standards, and so he purchased one, and we put that under supplies, and I think, I don't have the budget in front of me, but I want to say that they've got $60,000 budgeted for supplies, and so far they've only used 12, so far under budget on that part. And it's required, so that's something that he purchased.
Well, I make the motion to pay the
What did
bills.
the starter go out on? I'm sorry, Michael.
I don't know.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Michael makes a motion to pay bills.
Second.
Billy seconds. All for? All opposed? Motion carries. Obviously, Sonny's not here tonight. I have a few little updates. As far as the water meters go, all of the water meters in town have been replaced. Sonny estimates that there are 50 meters outside of town, and it's going to take them just a little bit to get that done. But they are going to start working on replacing those as soon as possible. The Texas Department of Agriculture has approved the amendments to the grant. They originally gave us a $275,000 grant to fix the water tower a year after we fixed the water tower.
Yeah,
And
that
so,
always works.
they did approve that maybe 2 weeks ago, and we did get our first draw on it this week, and so things are in progress to start working on replacing the lift stations. They're going to be replacing that pipeline under the river that they always have trouble with, and just a few other things that just needed to be done to kind of get back in compliance with TCQ.
So, I mean, we can use that money for that.
Yeah, there's a list of things. Most of the expense is going to be lift stations, replacing lines. That's where the biggest part of it's going to be. And they're going to be putting in, just improvements, overall improvements on the line from Miller Creek here, that just needed to be, that probably should have been done at the very beginning, but as the line, ages, this
Are they gonna do it themselves, or are we gonna have it hired done?
I think a lot of it will be hired.
You have to do the bid process and all that
Oh,
stuff.
we'll have to-
It would be,
Oh, that's why I didn't see that they could do that
Yeah.
and maintain the city, yeah, I mean, if all of them was doing that, that's what I asked.
There underneath that bridge last time, what they worked 2 days,
yeah.
2 straight days on just fixing
Right,
that, so.
right, I mean, I understand that them lines need to probably be
Yeah.
fixed, yes, and I guess,
Hopefully that'll help with some of the loss.
I know that one
Yeah.
inside the river bridge out here, it always leaky, it looked like a swamp plant running there. It's leaking.
and I guess our pumps are still running good. Our pumps are still running good,
Which
the ones over at Real,
The wells?
yeah, the wells, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That was the next thing, Miller Creek, nothing has changed with them. They actually caught a little water, I guess it would be 2 weeks ago now. And somebody talked to them yesterday, and they're still estimating 45 weeks of water, which is just about what they estimated last August, so. But the way I understand it, all of their customers' usage is down quite a bit. Of course, we're getting into spring and summer now, and so that will increase, but overall, they've been extremely pleased with how everybody's conserved water. Hopefully that'll continue.
Most all of our water customers have been underneath now. I mean, there's been a few that's gone over, but it's been due to leaks, or, there's not anybody that's, excuse me, just blatantly using it. They've really been conservative. We even had one lady call that has some health issues, and she has to do a jacuzzi
Right.
thing so many times a day. And so they actually went over, and she called to apologize for that, but she explained why, and she said, we are, and they were below the 9 before, so, but basically everybody is doing pretty good.
I think everybody's understanding is really good, about, it's just that we've never had it addressed before, so.
Well, that's what I'm
not that it's
thinking.
that of a place.
With spring coming up, people doing their flyers and their, do you think maybe we need to put another thing in the paper?
Probably
To remind everybody we still are kind of under the restriction, with everybody putting their gardens out and, like the schools having their, their,
Potted plant sales.
and everybody's gonna start trying to water. We might need to kind of remind them that we're still under that kind of,
Sure.
what, stage 2, stage 3?
Stage 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will go into 4.
Yeah,
If they,
when we
yeah,
step
Miller
up, we'll
Creek.
skip 3 and go into 4.
Yeah, that's what,
but
so we might ought to remind them that we're still under that.
Yeah.
maybe also run on the bills, just a reminder, spring is here, but please.
We're still under,
watch your,
we're still under
yeah.
restriction and stuff like that, where everybody will remember when they go to water and they better, and, check their water, their time, their days.
We probably need to post what those are again,
Yes,
because we did
have
have
some people call, or one person called and asked, they take care of a hunter's place here, and they had to put some chemical down thinking it was gonna rain.
Right.
And it's not, and if it doesn't rain before Friday, but Sunday, it's not there that day on that side of town. But he said he understood about this.
You need to water it,
It
yeah.
has to go in, he said, I understand, go ahead and water it, and, but it's just gonna be just to wet the granules down, because otherwise it's just smelling the neighborhood. And, but anyway, they are out of Dallas, so they have called and asked that.
Oh, that's
He gave
good.
them permission, because he knew, their water's been off for several months, because they're only here just during hunting season. They didn't come out this year, so, but they needed some stuff done there.
Well, what would trigger a stage 4?
When Miller Creek gets below a certain acre-foot level, they'll actually go to they're in stage 2 right now. They will actually go to stage 3, and most of the cities around there will stay a stage ahead of them, and so that will cause us to go to stage 4.
So Miller Creek is drawn on by a number of other places besides us too?
Yes.
There's 12 of them, isn't
Oh my goodness.
I think there may be 12 cities, but there's several other little entities that.
Oh, yeah. That's why we have to keep our
So,
wells going good.
I mean, it's not just us that has to conserve now, that's.
No, it's, everybody's under the contingency plan.
Huh.
Well, I think I said, we need to remind everybody what side of town is what days they can water and what, you know, like that, and then that we're still under restriction. I think we need to,
Do we have any of our own private water source?
No.
The well.
the wells,
Oh,
we have the
well, yeah,
wells.
but we have to mix it,
Makes that one.
because of the nitrate level, we have to mix it with the lake water to make the nitrate level
High nitrate
meet
if
the
we
requirement
don't.
of TCEQ. So,
So how much water do we get out of the wells? I mean, what can we rely on there? Or is that,
Sonny can pop those numbers off right off the top of his head. I can't remember exactly. It
Yeah, because
depends on.
we've redone one well and two, so we're going off 2 wells now? Or 3,
I
or
think there's
4.
four, yeah.
4, but one of them don't work real well. He tried, or something.
I think they've got all four.
Did they got
I
all
think
4 running?
We had one that wasn't touched for
Right.
years, and he just walked up and it just needed a little bit of something, so they got
Right.
that running. I think all 4 are working.
I think one of them had collapsed or something, they went there and redone it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our water authority, our water board that we have here, they paid for the well to be redone. And because actually, in actuality, that line really is the water board's property. But and you'll see on your accounts payable there, we pay Stonewall County, where it says WCNI #1, that's our water board, and we pay them. We used to pay them so much a month, and then we quit when we were trying to reduce lots of things here in town. They said, gave us permission to quit paying them back for the money that it costs to run the line from here to Rule. And then we started back now paying them
Last year.
last year, and just not too long ago.
Yeah, just several months ago.
I mean,
And,
right before Christmas,
right.
they met with us.
They,
yeah.
so we pay them back now. And so, because their accounts were getting down low.
Right.
So this way, if anything else comes up that they need to help with, they'll have the money still to do it.
If I'm
It
not
kind of works as
mistaken-
a savings account for us, because, you know, when it builds up, and if we have a big project, then they can help fund that, so we're just.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe our nitrate levels have to be low as 8 parts per million.
I was thinking it was 10.
I think it's
Maybe
10.
And then the lake water just adjusts that,
They just mix
you
it.
know, however, to get it down to 11.
Yes.
So that's, I mean, and they're good, they're going good. I mean, the way Sonny talks, and I've talked to the boys, I mean, right now, knock on wood, they're good wells.
He brought in a jar of that water at the last meeting. Showed it to us, didn't he? And
It was perfectly clear, yeah.
Was I here? I don't remember
I
that.
think you were.
I didn't see the water.
I thought you did. I thought you
Maybe
commented.
drink some of it, that's why you don't-
so is this the lowest the water's ever been in recorded
Yes.
history now?
Well, was it back in the 1940s?
Well, 50s was before they had those wells out there, and that was even before Miller Creek even existed. And so I think they were just relying on what little water was around here, the lake water. And I think when that went dry, late 40s, early 50s, they actually had to truck in water,
They
if
did.
I understand that correctly.
Miller Creek wasn't even established except in the 70s.
Right, yeah, this was before
Yeah, it's when they started even building Miller Creek, you know, Miller Lake, whatever.
So-
Yeah, because when we went over there, I went fishing over there and it had nothing. It was just like a tank, you know, so in the 70s. So yeah, it's not even been there that long.
So that's the contingency, if we run out of water, we bring tankers in and they fill up the water tower there and,
That's what Dickens is doing right now.
I'm honestly, because we have a lot of salt water in the area, we need to look at financing in the future, for future droughts, looking at a desalinization plant possibly.
Oh, that's.
I know it's a lot, but
Yeah.
if we don't do something, we're gonna end up
Yeah, one
trucking
of
money,
these-
and how expensive is that gonna get quickly?
Yeah, one of these days, we're gonna have to look into that, but that's
We're
like.
gonna have to have a plan B.
2.5 million or something like that, or a desalination thing, yeah, 2.5 or something
I
like
think it's a lot more
that.
than
Was
that.
it that?
They were talking about, years ago, putting one out here on the river, and that thing was, so I do not remember the number, I'm not gonna try to remember what it was, but it was outrageous. Of course, and that was a lot bigger system that they was gonna put on there,
Wow.
Yeah.
but
But
it
yeah,
wasn't-
it's
it wasn't
real
feasible at all.
expensive.
Well, I just think that, I know we don't have money to finance it now, but we need to start looking at ideas for a plan B, because we certainly don't want to be caught like we were last summer. It was,
We're not far
horrific.
from it.
It's really
If
scary, yeah.
If we have to go into the next level, Sonny said the other day that, the next stage, we would have to cut our 9,000 that we get per household to 7,500. And that's gonna be really tough on families, because the normal family of 4 and above, I know they say, you know, you shouldn't have to use any more than this much, but when you look at the bills, normal household of 4 and more, they're using anywhere from 5,000 and up, you know, up to the like 8,000. It's really
It's
gonna
gonna be a
tough.
tough cut, yeah.
And,
And I don't know how long we can sustain that, you know,
Plus,
we're
they
gonna
would
have
cut
to.
the hauling water off if we go into that other stage, that people come up here and get water to off their cattle and stuff. We'll have to cut that off if we go to the next stage.
And
The
see,
bad part about that, they don't just get cattle water here, they get living water.
yeah,
They
but,
do,
but
yeah.
they're gonna have to distinguish, they're gonna have to come over to the office and say, you know, this is for my house.
Yeah,
Cause
but
I know
like Bobby Hill and them, they
Debbie
have to-
Whitman and
Yeah.
Mark, all their household
Susan
water,
Martin,
yeah.
them people all
The
have
Vasquez's,
household
you know,
water.
their household water.
Mhm.
You take from Bill and Melissa Golson's house, come straight across, go that way, everybody's got to have one.
Yeah.
Right.
That's about where the
Mhm.
line is.
Yeah.
And Susan Martin, and I guess nobody's living in the house right before hers that way.
The Rutherford house?
No, that,
Get some information on the meetings out for,
Go with the
Dr.
name
Pat's
of-
sermon.
yeah,
Or the other side?
this side of the,
I forgot.
I forgot whose in
I
Victor
I
was
can't
over
picture
there.
that out
People
there
on the
in my
east
mind.
door here, they live in that brick
Oh, that's
house
right, they
there.
bought that house, yeah.
They live the other side of it.
Is it the other side? Okay, maybe I was thinking that, do they have to haul water?
And are the limits are based on per water meter, is that the way it goes now?
Yeah.
So if someone owns another piece of land next to it with a water meter on it, they get 18,000 gallons, or?
No, not 18,000.
9,000.
Oh, no, 9 per meter.
Yeah,
Nine
nine
per
So
meter.
So if there's,
but
if they
it's-
have 2 meters, then they get 18,000.
Which is not on each, you can't not use this one and use all 18 on this one.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it's not-
saying,
Well, we've had
if
somebody
someone-
ask us that, they had like 4 in a row, and they would use all of it on this first one,
Right,
so,
but it is a per meter thing.
yes.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if there's 16 people living in that house and one person living in that house.
That is correct, yes.
Hmm.
I think it's just.
Did y'all just do that? Okay. Yeah, all 3, well, after the election, then we'll have to do the oath of office again for 3, and then the 3 will have to watch that again also.
Well, if he'll need to watch it before then,
Yes,
and then it'll be good.
Yeah,
Until-
this will be good for a year.
Well, it'll
2
be,
years.
no, it's good until they, revise open meetings.
Oh, okay.
It's good indefinitely until they do that.
Oh, okay. I was thinking we did it every often, because Vanessa and I had to redo ours.
It's probably good as a refresher.
Yeah, it
That may
probably
be
is.
why it was in it.
When I went to that meeting last year, they said that until they, revise Open Meetings Act, it's, training is good until they do.
Some little training I've gotta go through.
Picked up on that.
Fine. It's an open meetings act thing.
You can watch it on
Have you done that before?
I think, yeah, I remember I was on the hospital board at the other place for a while, so.
Okay, all right.
It was,
Do you know if you still have your certificate?
no.
Okay.
I'll get you the website, and you can watch it on your computer and print out the,
Sounds like fun.
It's always the time for
certificate.
fun.
And then when you get through with it and get the certificate, if you can, give it to me, and I can have it on record.
You bet.
And if you don't mind, maybe give Tammy a good contact number and to call you.
Oh, sure.
Or for mail and stuff like that.
All right. I'll certainly do that.
Do I have anything else for me or anything else?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
That's fast
Oh,
me.
get in on
That,
that.
I know, that's fast me, we've had in a long time.
you did not speak up